Oh, they say about teams that don't play well and still come out with a point. And they're pretty decent teams. Cardiff fan Scott says played absolutely awful and still savage a point. All above HMS Pistol League. Welcome back to where Bluebirds walk. This week we've got fans saying Chambers cannot play centre back. It needs to stop. BBM got Stockport wrong. And what is up with Perry NG? Lots to get into this week as we review the salvaging of a point only just at Stockport County. We've got Jamie and Ellis back with us, and thank you very much for being with us. 20 minutes of Cardiff City chat. If you can squeeze us in to your weekly listens or weekly views, we're very grateful. Drop us a quick subscribe there and put your notifications on as we review every single Cardiff City game in this 46 game League One season. Jamie, how's Stockport? Did it rain? Were you all right?
No, it didn't rain until I think an hour after the game, which I was quite apprehensive about, thinking, "Oh, we go," and I was talking about my friends like, "Oh, it's going to pour down, no roof, etc." But it wasn't. It was quite a pleasant afternoon with the planes coming over the head, and yeah, on the field it wasn't particularly, let's say, appeasing on the eye, but off the field there was plenty of good laughs and jokes around.
Good, yeah. I've been in that away end when it's absolutely it's relentless. Right. Let's get into then some of the serious matters then. Ellis, here's one for you straight away, please. Hoof, there it is, says lesson for next game, please. Start Ozo. Chambers should not be anywhere near that starting 11 based on what I saw today. Is that too harsh, Ellis?
I used to think yes. But, I like Chambers as a player. Obviously, last season we played him a lot in that number 6 role. And I think that's probably his best position, at least from what we've seen of him anyway. I think, obviously, BBM has his preferred 2 in Lawler and Fish. But obviously, Lawler made his international debut over the international break. So I think it was probably a case of resting him. With Osho, we're yet to see him yet. So I think he's probably trying to get him used to the system a bit more. And, Calum Chambers, he's club captain, so he's going to come back in at some point, isn't he? But yeah, I just feel like when we've got him at the back, we don't seem to look as comfortable as we do with a Lawler and a Fish.
Yeah. It wasn't the only one who said that. Ink Vendetta said that point could be really good at the end of the season. Not many teams are going to go to Stockport. But again, here, Jamie, not playing Chambers at centre-back again this season, please, for God's sake. Yeah, difficult one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just goes to show how much Dylan Lawler's improved and developed. I think, when someone is literally a rookie in his case and has already, ascended to the national selection and is, now a mainstay, in my opinion, in that back four, it goes to show that how good he really is. And I think yesterday when he came off the bench, you could see straight away he's got the ability not just to defend, but to ping a diagonal, which was, I think, Stockport did very cleverly yesterday to us at many, many occasions. They identified that Perry Ng or our left back, Joe Bagan, were inverting a little bit. So they just quickly switched to play, and we struggled to deal with that, I think, at times. But yeah, Dylan Lawler's fantastic. He's, I think it's never easy, is it, to change a winning side? And like Ellis said there, maybe it's because of the minutes and things like that he's played. But, Dylan Lawler, Ronan Capacchio showed me in the last 20 minutes yesterday why they should be one of the first names on the team sheet.
Yeah. And of course, his output for Wales as well, Lawler's been superb, hasn't it? Right, Alice, let's talk about the manager then. We haven't had any criticism for BBM at all since the season started. Here's the first. Grizzo said BBM got his selection and tactics wrong at Stockport, but well done for never giving up and stealing a point. There are lessons to be learnt on to the next one. Yeah, did he get this one wrong?
Well, I think with the selection, I think it was a case of resting those players who have played a lot of minutes. Obviously, Capacchio and Lawler playing for Wales. I think, they're 2 young players. He's got to protect them at the same time, hasn't he? And, like Jamie said, it's hard to change a winning team, but there's no point running them both into the ground because they'll just get injured or something like that. In terms of tactics, I don't know if he really tried to change the tactics. I think Stockport are just the team this season. They showed us the most quality I think we've faced so far this season. They didn't allow us to breathe. They got their press right. And I think, Stockport were the better team yesterday. And I just think they didn't allow us to play how we wanted.
Yeah. Still unbeaten though, and still haven't conceded a goal from open play. It's absolutely impressive. I just talk about Saleh a minute. Is he I mean, he's not up to speed yet for you. I know he got the goal, Jamie, but is he firing on all cylinders?
I think he's, through no fault of his own, he's looked a frustrated figure. Just because, like, even yesterday we saw, credit, like Alice there said there, in regards to the press, Stockport adopted a man-for-man press on him and Ruben Cole. You could see, and as soon as they got that ball, the back was facing their, the opposition goal. There was a defender right at the backsides. It's nice for him to score because Barry Murphy had said in a pre-season presser that he tells Salek that the best goal he feels he scores is when he's in the 6-yard box because that's where he wants him to be. And lo and behold, that's what happened. It might be the start of something, hopefully, that he'll score. But I suppose, testimony to Salek that he sets his bar so high that he wants to score all these goals, is not happy that he has only just scored one. But I think, listen, it's a new league. I think all the players are learning how the little nuances are. You're going to get old school teams. You're going to get, 1 week you're going to have someone who tries to play football and you'll have to change it. And the next week you've got a team that completely don't want to play football, will happily park the bus, and you have to find a way of breaking them down. And I think the last 20 minutes yesterday, I think we released a bit more energy off the bench, I would say, because, I mentioned earlier Ronan Capaccio. I think Ronan Capacchio's little sort of obstructive run around the outside yesterday allowed Chris Willock that little bit of space just to take their defender, give him a bit of hesitation. And I think that's where we scored. But we didn't do that at all yesterday. We weren't fluid in possession. We were quite rigid, and we kind of, all right, the referee wasn't the best, and I know that's an excuse, but we just couldn't get going yesterday, and that was credit to Stockport, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a tweet coming up in a minute here, Alice, but suggests that the wingers aren't floating crosses in for Salek, which is obviously his natural probably game, and they're putting nippy balls in, and this one here from Craig, who's been on the show, and we'll be back next week. Craig says, I know he scored, but I'd give Robbo a run at 9 now. We aren't a team who are floating crosses in for him. All our wingers cut in looking for short passes across the box. That suits Robbo more. I'm all for Salek, but if he puts crosses in, but we don't. Is he right, Alice?
Yeah, to a degree, I think. A lot of our play is along the floor, fast build-up. I think the wingers probably need to get their crosses a bit better. Like we've seen a couple of games this season, they've overhit a lot of crosses. But as we saw yesterday, all it takes is that one quality cross, and Salek will be in the right position, and we know how good he is with his head. And that's what it came down to yesterday. Last ditch quality cross from Chris Willock, and Salek was there, caught the keeper off his line, and he's put in the back of the net. I'm not opposed to giving Robbo minutes. I love Callum Robinson. He was our top scorer last season. Obviously, he's got a different stature and he's a different type player of Salek. But he might suit that quick along the ball pass play a bit better. So yeah, we got a lot of games coming up. So Brian Murphy's going to have to rotate the strikers because there's a lot of minutes to be played. So yeah, I think Robinson he's going to get plenty of minutes in the coming weeks.
Okay. Still to come, stay tuned because we're asking these two quite an important question. Would you rather see Cardiff get a double promotion back to the Premier League, or would you rather see Wales win the World Cup? You can't have both. Which one would you rather have? Are you club or are you country? We'll put it to these two in a second. Now, a topic that's going to break my heart to the point, Jamie, where I haven't put any of the tweets that I've seen on the screen because Perry NG is one of my favourite players for Cardiff, but this weekend he has come in for quite a bit of stick from the Cardiff faithful. I've heard the words Perry NG is crap. What is NG on? What's gone on with Perry NG? So, what's going on with him?
I mean, again, I think he hasn't played a lot of minutes. So naturally, the whole match sharpness, if you like, and match fitness as such, it probably comes into question. However, I suppose on the other side of that coin is we've got a youngster who is getting all the plaudits deservedly from Welsh manager Craig Bellamy and from Barry Murphy. I think like I said, in the 20 minutes or whatever it was that Ronan Capaccio came on yesterday, it just felt like there was more energy there. It felt like when Ronan Capaccio was like on the ball, for example, he was hugging the winger, the touchline. He was running around the outside. And I think maybe it's not Perry NG's type of game. Again, we allude to Salek, that the change of manager and the way we play, it doesn't always suit certain players, which is, like you said, we know Perry NG is a good player. He's had many great moments in a Cardiff City shirt, and it's never nice to say that this player isn't as good as another player, for example. But that penalty yesterday, I know people say it may be soft, but he has to be goal side of the player. He was caught probably sleeping a little bit there. I know there was a mitigation factor that, there should have been a foul and the referee was going to blow a foul for Calum Chambers in the build-up. But I think credit has to go, I think, from my perspective, to Ronan Gapacchio, that we're having this discussion as to say that, when is he going to get, or if he's ever going to get back into the team ahead of Ronan Gapacchio. And as it currently stands, I think Ronan Gapacchio is our starting right wing back or right back.
Okay. Do you agree, Ellis?
Yeah, 100%. I think with our system now, it's more suited to, like a modern day fullback. I think that's Ronan Gapacchio. I don't think that's Perry NG.
Okay. All right. We're recording this just before the Exeter game. Jamie, I don't know how many of these games you're going to, but we're midway through September and Cardiff has still got 5 fixtures to play between now and the 30th of September. It's going to test the squad, isn't it? We've got away games. We've got the trophy at Exeter. You've got Burnley in the League Cup. You've got Wigan in the league, and then home games at against the big Bradford one coming up this weekend. How does he start to manage this? I mean, knowing that Bradford are coming this weekend and possibly that's going to be a top of the table clash or certainly, playoff contender. Does he not care about Exeter?
I think it sounds daft, but I think we're quite blessed. You look at the likes of Amari Kellerman and Gabe Osho that didn't feature respectively yesterday. They're 2 players, especially Gabe Osho, that we know is fit. I'd like to see him play Tuesday. I'd like to see, the players that probably finished the game so well yesterday get a start. The likes of Callum Robertson, the likes of Isaac Davis, and again, I think we're quite blessed with the amount of games in a way, because what you want is to satisfy a lot of players. I suppose if they're not playing, well, there's no excuse now. You can fulfill minutes as long as you continue to have the right attitude and training, like he mentioned in his post-game press conference yesterday. He'll play you and he'll give you your opportunities. But we've also got a good sort of cluster of youngsters, Dak Mafiko and players I think we can kind of put in. So I'm not too worried about that. Obviously, the big one is, like you say, the Bradford game and stuff like that. But Brian Barry Murphy knows how this works. He worked with Rochdale previously. He's got a good knowledge, I suppose, of the dynamics of the fixtures and things. So, listen, we just don't want to pick up injuries. But I would definitely be looking to start some experienced players on Tuesday night, especially against Exeter, because like Burnley the following week, it's a cup competition, and while you're in it, you want to win it.
Okay. Ellis, if you beat Bradford comfortably on Saturday, will you start believing?
I've already started believing, Mark.
Oh, correct.
No, but yeah, I think this is it's a huge step. It's first versus second, isn't it? And whilst we are really early in the league, it's going to give us a bit of breathing room already. We've just had a really tough away fixture now, and this is going to be a really tough home fixture coming up. So it's really going to show us where we stand at the minute, I think.
Boom. Okay. Right then, before we let you both go, Club versus Country Row, before you go as well, please drop us a subscribe as well. We want to get to 200 subscribers. That'd be absolutely amazing by the end of this month. Right then, Jamie, you heard it earlier. Double promotion. You can go up to the Championship this season and you can go straight up again. You can beat Swansea in the Championship playoff final if you want 4-0, or you can have Wales winning the World Cup.
It's an easy one for me. I think where I follow, I've got more of a sort of, an interest with the club football every week, live and breathe it and stuff like that. That's for me. I know that analogy, club before country, sort of club over country sort of thing. And it just means for me, maybe it's me speaking individually, means so much more. The closeness of the games, the fact that you've got relegations and promotions and every game means something. For me, it's going to be the first option, and you sold me when you said that we could beat them lot. Okay. So yeah, that's the option for me, Mark.
All right, Alice, surely you'd want to see Wales win a World Cup.
I am in 100% agreement with Jamie. Obviously, I'd love to see Wales win a World Cup. That would be amazing. But like Jamie said, I feel more of a connection to the club side of the game. And watching Cardiff City in the Premier League again, that's what all fans dream of. So yeah, I'm thoroughly with the Bluebirds on this one.
Okay, right. We need to find somebody that would put Wales first. Come on, in the comments. Are you a Cardiff fan that would go, no, come on. we'll get there eventually. That will happen. Wales winning the World Cup is a once in a lifetime event, isn't it? Cardiff being in the Premier League, you've got 20, 30 years for that to happen. Come on. Let's have some sensible comments. Right. Thank you very much, you two. Enjoy Are you going to Exeter, Jamie? You going to Tuesday night? Gonna head there or?
Yeah, we're gonna make the little trip down. To be fair, should be a good night. I like St James's Park. To be fair, it's a bit of character about it, and they've got is it the biggest standing terrace in the UK? I believe it holds about 4,000 people behind their goal. So
I did not know that. Right.
yeah, it's a nice little ground, is it? And what I like about it is it's a unique club that I think they're owned by the fans, which is is very rare nowadays. So it'd be a good night out, let's say.
Wow, you are some fan, right? Well, if you're travelling down to Exeter alongside Jamie, yeah, credit to you. We'll catch you back here in 7 days' time after the Bradford game and, of course, after the Exeter game. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us.